Hello again, everyone. I'm Wade Sherman, and welcome to round 23 of Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel from Ogden Stadium in Ogden, Utah. This is our last round of the year. There's hometown favorite and points leader Craig Christensen signing autographs for the crowd, as well as Paul Jensen. Let's get a word from our champion-to-be, Craig Christensen.
All right, Craig, well, we've had quite an exciting weekend so far, and now we're down to the final championship for tonight, and of course, you're walking away with some victories over the course of the season. That's got to be exciting for you.
Yeah, it is. Matter of fact, I think it was all sewn up last night. I don't think that anybody can catch me at this point. But so tonight we can just go play and have a good time, and we'll see if we can't step it up a notch and do something exciting during freestyle.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you actually took first place in all four of the categories that we do, which was the fast qualifying, the freestyle, the straight line drags, and the obstacle course. So that's quite a feat over the course of the season to take all four first places.
Yeah, it is, and like I say, it hasn't been an easy season. We've had our ups and downs, and we've broke and tore a lot of stuff up, but we've tried to prove a point that, we are privateers, and if it wasn't with the help of Lynchhammer, Tough Country, Herrick, Six States, all the little guys that, that are trying to help a small team from Utah, what we really need is somebody that's a major sponsor to come in. If we had big backing behind us, we could tear something up every pass, and it would be no big deal. It's just money.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a tough season. We learned a lot for next year, and it's good to finish up in our hometown. We don't have to drive very far to get home and get everything fixed and back into shape for next season, and it'll be good.
Craig has come out and proven that it's that father knows best, I guess, if you will. It's been kind of a family affair between all of you here in Ogden. He's going to walk away with 4 first places, and you're right behind him. Is there anything we can expect different for next year?
Just I'll try and keep it together a little better next year, I guess. I think a lot of my points, or lacking of points, has been due to breakage, but we'll get it together and get things on the road. So,
Coming into tonight's event after 22 rounds, it's Dragon Slayer on top of the straight line drag standings, followed by Monster Patrol, Spider-Man, Bigfoot, Linux Obsession, and Monster Moose. In obstacle course action, it's Dragon Slayer again on top, followed by Spider-Man, Monster Patrol, Bigfoot, Monster Moose, and Linux Obsession. We're straight into qualifying now. This is Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol. Harwood, not the regular driver that front. It's usually Paul Schaefer. He's on the gas. He's moving forward. Look at the air there. Flies across the timing line. His time, 5.247. An impressive qualifying run for Brian Harwood in the Monster Patrol machine. Here comes Brian Christensen now. He's in Disturbed. Round 22 was by far his best performance of the young year for Brian Christensen. Struggled a bit in straight line and obstacle course, but really turned it on last night. Let's see what he can do here. Decent air. Not the greatest landing, but a decent time of 5.793 for Christensen. About a half a second off the pace set by Monster Patrol. Here's Joe Cipher now in the Airborne Ranger. Nice looking paint scheme on this truck. Ogden, the first event for him in MOD action. Not too well over that first kicker. Drifts a little bit to the left, catches those rear wheels, bounces it to the left side. 5.521. So Cipher in Airborne Ranger splits the difference between Monster Patrol and Disturbed and sits in second after 3 trucks. We move on now to James Teague in the Carolina Crusher. He's on the gas, he's moving forward. Decent air there, this time not so good, I don't think. Let's check. 5.491. Not good enough for TQ, but not bad either. He's right in the mix of things. Here comes Brad Campbell in the Monster Moose. Qualifying has never been his specialty this season in MOD action. Looking to go out strong, making a statement here in this final round. Look at him fly. A lot of air right there. 5.303 for Brad Campbell and Monster Moose. An impressive run for Campbell. He really got a lot of air over that last car stack. Posts a great time here. Paul Jensen coming to the line in Spider-Man, looking to qualify here. Handles the kickers well. He's on the gas, flies across that finish line. Slap wheelie on the landing. 4.853. There's top qualifier right there. But Craig Christensen yet to go. Jensen really making a statement here in qualifying. Move on now to Jason Grill in Public Disturbance, another one of the young MOD drivers who's shown a lot of improvement in recent weeks. Had his best qualifying run on this track in round 22. He's got another decent run going here. 5.289 for Jason Grill. He was pretty good in freestyle in round 22 as well, and he is trying to go out with a bang here as we end the 2005 MOD season. There's our champion in the straight line drag division, Craig Christensen. All he's got to do is come across the line to officially claim the title. And he does that. His time, 6:1:04, a very slow time into a donut. He knows he's got the championship won, and your qualifying results, Spider-Man on top tonight, followed by Monster Patrol, Public Disturbance, Monster Moose, Carolina Crusher, Airborne Ranger, and the rest of the field. This is heat number 1 now, moving on to straight line drag competition, where head-to-head will be Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol going up against Brian Christensen in Disturbed. Harwood would seem to be the favorite on paper, gets a good start. Harwood pulls away now, flies across the finish line. His time for Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol, 5:2:26. Christensen in Disturbed, 5:6:45. Look now from Harwood's point of view. Clears the kicker well, a lot of air over that jump, carries that forward momentum home. We'll see where Christensen went wrong here. Pretty good over the kicker. Oh, he landed on the front. He brought that nose down and slapped the landing, and by then it was all over. So Monster Patrol wins heat number 1, and we'll be back with more MOD after this. Truck merchandise. This is heat number 2 of straight line drag competition. That's James Teague, the second in the Carolina Crusher. He's going up against Brad Campbell in the Monster Moose. Brad Campbell flying the Outdoor Channel colors this season. Had a decent year. Good start for both trucks. Teague flies home. What a lot of air for Teague. He won that one in the air. His time, 4.822. Brad Campbell and Monster Moose off the pace at 5.585. Look at Teague. Really flies over his car stack. Crosses the timing line in the air. A great run for Teague. Let's look at Campbell now. A horsepower deal. Not a whole lot of mistakes there by Brad Campbell. He just got beat off the line by a faster truck. Let's move on to heat number 3 now. This will be Jason Grill in Public Disturbance going up against Airborne Ranger driven by Joe Cipher. Jason Grill has made about 4 shows in MOD action. He's gotten better in each one of them. This is the first weekend of competition for Joe Cipher. Pretty even as they approach the stack. This could be anybody's race. Too close to call. Let's go to the computer. 5.315 for Joe Cipher and Airborne Ranger. Jason Grill heartbroken off the pace. His time 5.444. It doesn't get much closer than that. What a great heat. Here comes Cipher now. Landed flat, all 4 wheels. Didn't bounce the landing at all. Kept his forward momentum. Let's take a look at Grill. Grill bobbled just a bit coming to the car stack and had to correct, and that was the 10th that cost him the race. Let's move on now to heat number 4. This is Paul Jensen in Spider-Man. He is supposed to do battle with Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer, but Craig and that Dragon Slayer machine suffered some heavy damage in qualifying, breaking an axle. They're feverishly trying to get that Dragon Slayer repaired, but they cannot answer the bell here for straight line drag competition. Solo run for Paul Jensen. He's going to save this truck for later. Doesn't have to get fancy here. Brings it across the line. 6.065 for Paul Jensen. Dragon Slayer does not finish. So it's time for the semifinal heat number 1. Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol getting set to stage here. He'll go up against James Teague in the Carolina Crusher. Nice paint scheme on Monster Patrol. Popular truck with the kids when he gets those lights going. James Teague, a relative newcomer to MOD, but not to monster trucks. Harwood, another great start. He wins going away. Carolina Crusher has a bad problem. He's very slow. Monster Patrol 4.651, an impressive win here in semi number 1 over the Carolina Crusher. Take another look and see if we can figure out where Carolina Crusher went wrong. Even if he was right, it was going to be hard to beat Harwood. That was an impressive run in Monster Patrol. 4.6, the fastest we've seen tonight in any heat. Carolina Crusher got off the gas coming over that first kicker, and he knew by then he'd been beat. Semi-final heat number 2 now. That's Airborne Ranger, driven by Joe Cipher in the near lane. He'll be doing battle against Paul Jensen in the Spider-Man truck in the far lane. Not sure if you can tell from that last shot, but Joe Cipher drives that Airborne Ranger truck completely with his hands. He has throttle, brake, and steering wheel all controlled by his hands. Sometimes that slows him down a little bit. Doesn't help him here either as Spider-Man brings it home. There's not much sheet metal left on that machine, but 4.884 puts Spider-Man in the final. Airborne Ranger falls to defeat. There's a look at Spider-Man's run. Look at him fly, coming home. Sub 5-second time, really strong for Jensen. Now let's take a look at Airborne Ranger. Number one, Spider-Man beat him off the line. He drifted to the right over that first kicker and was off the gas. Spider-Man impressive as he moves on to the final. There he is, Paul Jensen and Spider-Man. He'll do battle against Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol. Both had similar times in their heat in the 4.8 second range. This could be anybody's race. The Monster Patrol truck running that Hemi power, set up for horsepower, set up for straight lines. If Harwood's going to win anything, he's going to win straight lines here tonight because Jensen, the superior truck and body design with that shorter wheelbase, should outdo him in both freestyle and obstacle course racing. There the lights start flashing on the Monster Patrol. This should be a great final. Both of them had sub 5-second times in their qualifiers. We're about to go green in the final. The last straight line drag of 2005 in MOT. Anybody's race. Wow, that was close. It looked like Monster Patrol took it. He did with a time of 4.647, but Spider-Man bested his semi-time also with a time of 4.78. One more look now. Here's Harwood flying through the air, bringing it home. Both trucks cross the finish line in the air. Spider-Man, nothing to be embarrassed about here as he flies home just a 1/10 of a second behind Harwood. So our results in straight line drag competition tonight, it's Monster Patrol, followed by Spider-Man, Airborne Ranger in third, Carolina Crusher, Public Disturbance, Monster Moose Disturbed, and Dragon Slayer. The final point standings for 2005, our champion Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer, followed by Monster Patrol and Spider-Man.
Now, Brian, you ended up taking the win in the straight line drags. We were talking earlier tonight in the pits, and looks like that's what you came out to do.
I came here to do a job, and that was to win the final round of racing. The right lane was going away. Paul qualified quicker than I did. I knew he'd have lane choice. Just adjust. You got to find the quickest way down.
Well, I tell you what, you beat him by 4/100ths of a second there across the line. It seemed to be all in the start. When you landed, you put the hammer down, and it turned out the most positive way it could have tonight. You're going to walk away with the win in the straight line drags.
That's great. Yeah, if you lift, you lose. It's just stay in the throttle, and the truck landed straight, and I knew we were on our way to a good run.
For all the gear grinding thrills and rodeo spills you can handle, Optima Batteries, the ultimate power source, presents Wednesday Night Horsepower every week on the Outdoor Channel. It kicks off at 8 with a full hour of the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series. Then at 9, catch World of Trucks, followed by ATV television. Next, look for a full hour of championship bull riding. At 11, it's four-wheeler TV. And it all winds up with Hot Rod TV at 11:30. Don't miss a minute of Optima Batteries' presentation of Wednesday Night Horsepower. The revolution starts now. Outdoor Channel 2 HD proudly ushers in crystal clear picture quality and the best outdoor programming you can find on Earth in high definition. Go ahead, call your local cable or satellite provider today to find out how you can order Outdoor Channel 2 HD.
To see the best that bow hunting has to offer, there's only one show to watch. On Bowhunter Magazine TV, you'll see thrilling hunts every week in amazing locations all across the country. Whether it's elk, mule deer, bears, turkeys, or antelope, you'll see how the pros handle all types of game. All this, as well as the quality you've come to expect from Bowhunter Magazine, equals top-notch quality any hunter would go crazy for. Make sure you don't miss the most exciting half hour of bow hunting on television every Sunday night, right here on the Outdoor Channel.
Every week, the Outdoor Channel brings you Monday Night Fishing, sponsored by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Check out the current Monday Night Fishing lineup. The world-class anglers you'll see on Monday Night Fishing will take you around the world to bring you their most exciting catches and show you the tips and tricks that will have you fishing like the pros. It's 4 hours of freshwater and saltwater action you won't want to miss. Don't miss Cabela's Monday Night Fishing every Monday night from 8 to midnight.
Hello Hello again, everyone. Wade Sherman back with you on MOD on the Outdoor Channel. This is round 23. We're about to start the final round of obstacle course racing for the 2005 season. Once again, our points leader coming into tonight, it's Craig Christensen, looking to clinch the obstacle course championship. But first, it's heat number 1. It's Monster Patrol. It's Disturbed with Brian Christensen. Monster Patrol takes the early lead, but he always struggles at the turn. That long wheelbase sometimes hurts him. Let's see, he gets around this turn pretty well. Christensen and Disturbed way off the pace. Harwood brings it home victorious in the first heat of obstacle course racing. There you see Brian Christensen still trying to get it home. The time for Monster Patrol, 15.708. Disturbed 5 seconds off at 20.22. Impressive looking truck when those lights start flashing. A lot of air right there. Very technical course here in Ogden, Utah. Negotiates the turn fairly well. It's over the kicker and flies across the final car stack. No mistakes there for Brian Harwood. Look now. Here's the tabletop. It's on the brakes. Really strong around that turn. He won that on the turn as Brian Christensen, you see him in the background struggling. Nice jump there to bring it home for Harwood. Not sure what happened to Christensen here, but that truck let him down. It was definitely slow. Move on to heat number 2. Here comes Brad Campbell in the Monster Moose coming to the line. He's ready to do battle with James Teague in the Carolina Crusher. Teague has not been very impressive in MOD competition here in Ogden, Utah. Brad Campbell struggled a bit as well, so it could be anybody's race. Little wheelie for Campbell there, slowed him down. They're pretty even at the turn. Carolina Crusher gaining the momentum now, advancing to victory. Brad Campbell had this race won and struggled on the last straightaway. And James Teague wins with a time of 14.919. Slaps that nose coming over the first kicker. Goes straight up in the air, landing over the second. Decent around the turn. They're pretty even at this point. Lines up his car stack well. Forward air, but not a lot of height. That was the secret for Teague right here. He kept it low to the ground and moving forward. There you see him slap the front wheels. Over the tabletop well. Bounces the landing. On the gas. Around the turning tire clean. Teague was actually behind approaching that first stack. But right there, you saw Campbell start to lose it. Teague really hammered it home for the victory. Move on now to heat number 3 of obstacle course racing. This will be Airborne Ranger, driven by Joe Cipher. You get a look at the red, white, and blue Airborne Ranger. A good-looking truck. Fans reacting here in Ogden, Utah, and that's Jason Grill in Public Disturbance. This is a tough one to call. Both drivers have struggled a bit here in Ogden. Jason Grill has some momentum. He's gotten better in every race. Looked like Grill got beat off the line. A better start for Airborne Ranger. Pretty even at the turn here as Grill gets around the turn clean. Airborne Ranger does as well. It's Airborne Ranger pulling away now on the last straightaway. Jason Grill trying to catch him at the finish. Let's check the timing. 15.920 for Joe Cipher and Airborne Ranger. Jason Grill, 16.1. That was a close heat. Let's get another look now. Here comes Grill in Public Disturbance. Takes a little bit of time coming around this turn, but they're pretty even so far. Really struggled over that kicker, back on the gas over his car stack, and he was just a half a truck length behind Joe Cipher. If you look at this replay, Cipher beat him off the line as well. He reacted to the green a little quicker. They both negotiate the turn well. Airborne Ranger starts to pull away right here. Will tries to counter, but it's too little too late. We'll be back with more MOD after this. Welcome back to Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. One heat remaining in obstacle course action. It's Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. He's got that machine fixed and ready to go. Repaired that broken axle. He's getting set to do battle against Team KCM teammate Paul Jensen and Spider-Man. This is their hometown track. Paul Jensen looking to clinch the championship here in obstacle course racing as well to sweep both categories in MOD 2005. May have already done that, but Paul Jensen and Spider-Man is going to give him a run for his money here in heat number 4. Not much left of the frame of that Spider-Man truck. It's taken a beating here in Ogden. Slap wheelie on the landing for Christensen. Power slides around the turn. Dragon Slayer a slight edge here. Pulling away now. Here comes Craig to the finish. Christensen wins over Spider-Man. His time, 13.797, fast time of the night. Spider-Man also impressive at 14.132. Here's the instant replay now. Christensen really slaps the wheelie on that landing, but this is where he's really strong in the turns. Really got around that turn well, drifted almost into Spider-Man's lane there. That could have been a penalty, but he corrected himself enough to win here. One more look now from Spider-Man's perspective. A little slower around the turn. Also carried his turn a little bit too far, had to overcorrect, bounced that landing. Really in slow motion. That was a pretty sloppy run for Paul Jensen. Not what we're used to seeing from him. A couple of technical mistakes there from Paul Jensen gave the victory to a very impressive Craig Christensen. This is semifinal heat number 1. James Teague and Carolina Crusher going up against Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol. Harwood has been on his game here tonight, winning the straight line drag category. Both trucks have long wheelbases. Look how high Monster Patrol gets over his tabletop jump. Carolina Crusher slapped his landing, but he has a slight lead after the turn. Carolina Crusher pulling away now, bringing it home. James Teague beats Monster Patrol by a country mile. The time for Carolina Crusher, 15.696. Monster Patrol, 18.851. James Teague in the Carolina Crusher gets off the green really well. Great reaction time. Punishes that truck landing over the second tabletop. Gets around the turn well. Not the best over that kicker right there. Kicked that rear of the truck around to the right a little bit, but kept it moving forward and had plenty of time to spare. Harwood really struggled here in Monster Patrol. Number 1, he got a lot of height over that tabletop. Had to get off the gas, really struggled coming around the turn here. Carried his turn too far, missed the kicker. That's where he lost it right there. Now he's on the brakes to line up the jump, avoid the penalty, but by then it was too late. Harwood really suffered coming around that turn and could not correct that Monster Patrol machine. And he retires here tonight. We move on to semifinal heat number 2 in obstacle course action. Joe Cipher, an Airborne Ranger. He's going to do battle with Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. Christensen has been impressive week in and week out in 2005 season here in MOD action. This is no exception. Christensen, another great start. And he's ahead at the turn. There's no way he's going to bobble this turn. He's around it clean. He's leaving Airborne Ranger in the dust. Craig Christensen wins going away. Here comes Cipher. You never know when a finish may help you at some point, but right here, Dragon Slayer, 13.797. What a great run. Airborne Ranger, 14.132. He wasn't that far off. Let's take a look at Dragon Slayer. Again, very strong through the turns, back on the gas before those rear wheels are even centered. A lot of forward momentum right there coming across the finish line. Didn't attack that first kicker, but that worked to his advantage as he didn't get the truck out of shape at all. Back on the gas right there, straightens out the rear. Brings it home, wins by almost a full straightaway over Airborne Ranger. The obstacle course finals coming at you after this commercial break on MOD.
Us on the web at the address on your screen. Don't delay. Call us now.
Welcome back to Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. It's time for the last obstacle course final of the season. 2005 coming to a close, and it's no surprise that Craig Christensen in Dragon Slayer is in the finals once again. He's been the dominant truck in obstacle course action all year long. He'll be challenged tonight by James Teague in the Carolina Crusher. Heavy favorite would have to be Christensen here in this heat. Carolina Crusher gets off the line well. He's got a lead coming to the turn. Christensen power slides around the tire, takes the lead at the turn, and he's not going to give it up. Here comes Craig Christensen, the winner, as Carolina Crusher tries to make it up in the air. But Craig Christensen, tonight's winner with a time of 14.764 in the Dragon Slayer. Pretty good run going here. He was actually behind, though, at the turn. He really makes it up on the turn by being able to get back on the gas before he straightens out those rear tires. low, flying over that stack of cars. There you saw Carolina Crusher trying to make up some distance in the air. A valiant effort here from James Teague, very impressive. He actually has the lead after the first straightaway. Struggles at the turn, carries the turn way too long and way too wide, does James Teague. And Craig Christensen has proven time in and time out, he'll make you pay when you make a mistake. Your winner tonight, Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. Carolina Crusher finishes second, followed by Airborne Ranger, Monster Patrol, Spider-Man, Monster Moose, Public Disturbance, and Disturbed. The final standings in obstacle course racing, it's Dragon Slayer, Spider-Man, Monster Patrol, and Bigfoot. We've got a word with our winner and series champion, Craig Christensen.
Craig Christensen, not only our series champion for the Monsters of Destruction in not one but 4 events. Now you come out here, you take home the J-Style Chicago Racing in front of the hometown crowd.
Yeah, like I say, I came home to finish it up. I wanted to make sure and leave with the attitude in everybody's mind of why I am the points champion. We had a rear end problem. Thanks to the guys back there. You know, they hurried and got everything back together, and so we could come back out here in obstacle. Unfortunately, I had to take Paul out the first round, but you know, like I've always said, when I come to the starting line, I hate everybody. They're all the competition. I don't care who it is, and they come down and they can lose as like the next guy. But we got fortunate. We got through the to the final round. James is a great competitor. He's a good friend. All of us are great friends back there. Most of everybody's back there helping each other get everything put back together. And you know, if it wasn't for Lynch Hummer, Tough Country, Herrick, 6 States, and all the guys that are here local that help, and friends and family, and you know what, I love you guys. This is Ogden, this is home, and we have the best place in the world to live.
Welcome back to Monsters of Destruction on the Outdoor Channel. It's time for Freestyle in round 23. This is the final round of the 2005 season. It's been an exciting season since we went outdoors. We've got a great freestyle show for you here tonight. Here's our first truck. Coming through the RV once again, it's Brian Christensen. He destroyed that RV. We've added a van to the infield here. He attacks the van way up in the air, slap wheelie on the landing. Brian Christensen, he's not disturbed. He's possessed. This guy is on fire here tonight at Ogden Stadium. Comes out of the gate really strong, destroys the RV, way up in the air over that car stack. The MOD people have really put some great obstacles in the infield to be hit and crushed here tonight. And Brian Christensen getting it done in freestyle. Wow, this is exciting. I mean, just really destroyed that RV. Didn't do a lot to help his truck either. He's in poor condition. He's got some steering problems, and he's going to have to call it a night because he punished that truck. What a great run for Brian Christensen once again. Well, reverse still works. What's he going to do? Thought maybe he was going to attack that van stack in reverse, but there's smoke coming from that motor. It's awful hot. Brian Christensen steps out, waves to the crowd, pumps his fist. He's jacked up. Here's his first move. Whack! Look at that. The RV splinters into 100 pieces, 1,000 pieces. Destroyed that Winnebago, ripped the roof right off of it. Doesn't miss a beat, attacks the van stack. Major air right here. Slaps the landing into a slap wheelie. Brian Christensen, another great run in freestyle here in Ogden. So now it's Jason Grill's turn. Way up high is Jason Grill. He got some air that time. Still plenty of obstacles left to hit. We've added the van to the infield. Jason Grill probably had his best freestyle performance in round 22. Looking to end 2005 with a bang. Crushes that pink van, comes down on it hard. Plants the nose right there, kicks the rear wheels up in the air. Jason Grill, one of those drivers you just love to watch because he really had very little to offer when he first started, but he's come so far, so fast. Jason Grill through the Winnebago. Not much left of it, but quite a showing there. Jason Grill really improved. A lot to show for himself here in freestyle. Plenty of time left in this run. Best move was probably straight up and down over the van stack. Let's see if he'll try it again. Setting up, mashes the gas now. Didn't get the rear wheels that high off the ground that time. Come down to the end of the arena, swing it around. One more pass at least. There he goes on the gas. Gets the front way up high, like a 75-degree angle, almost straight up and down. Jason Grill definitely has come a long way this season in MOD competition. Lines up the van stack. On the gas, up in the air he goes. Comes down on the right front. Very little time left now for Jason Grill. A decent run, but so far I think Brian Christensen in Disturbed has a beat. Attacks the tabletop. Good distance there. Nearing the end of his run now is Jason Grill in Public Disturbance. No slap wheelies, no tailgate stands, no donuts, but some decent jumps. Just gonna call it quits here tonight in freestyle. That's the end of the run for Jason Grill. Waving to the crowd here in Ogden, Utah. Here's a look at one of his better jumps. Really slaps that nose down hard coming over the van stack. Here's the best height he had. Really crushes that van. Pancakes it. Now he yields to Brad Campbell in Monster Moves, who comes flying through what's left of that Winnebago. A lot of air right there. One more time, puts it on its rear wheel straight up and down. Brad Campbell off to a good start here in freestyle. Thought about a donut, straightens it out, attacks the van stack. A lot of height right there. Brad Campbell, he's no stranger to airtime. He's had a lot of great freestyle runs this season, most notably back in Glendale, Arizona. Struggled a little bit right there. Looks like maybe his foot slipped off the gas. Plenty of time left in freestyle. As he prepares his next move, he'll make his next pass here. Gets those rear wheels up pretty well. Brad Campbell, a native of the Seattle, Washington area, teammate to Jason Grill. Campbell's had a pretty good season here in MOD 2005. We're sorry to see it end, but like what you saw this year, we're going to do it again next year. 2006 MOD action will get underway next January. We'll hope you're here for that. A lot of events coming to a town near you. Check the website for your schedules. As Brad Campbell in the Monster Moves calls it quits on a decent freestyle performance here in round 23 from Ogden, Utah. Look at the air right there. Crushes the van with his rear wheels. Plenty of freestyle coming at you after these words. More to come on Monsters of Destruction. Plenty of freestyle left to go here in round 23. Here comes Joe Cipher in the Airborne Ranger. Attacks the first stack of cars, puts it straight up and down. Not a lot of height, but he did get it almost 90 degrees there to Joe Cipher. Decent crowd on hand here at Ogden Stadium. Look out, he comes down hard on the right front. He may have some damage to that Airborne Ranger truck. Really punished it on the landing there. That van at the far end of the arena is still in pretty good shape. Somebody needs to flatten that thing. Airborne Ranger, Joe Cipher decides to try this stack instead. I'm sure he'll swing it around and take another pass at that van. I'm not sure this truck hasn't suffered some suspension damage to the front. The way he keeps coming down on that right front, it's just not responding well. There he goes. Puts it in the air. Setting up his next move here is Joe Cipher. Drives this truck completely with his hands. He's got gas, brake, and steering wheel. All right there. There he attacks the van. Doesn't get over it real well. Kind of pancakes it. Straddles the wheels over opposite sides of that van. Into a donut. He's kicking up some dirt here. Trying to hook up a left-hander. Never really got it going the way you'd like to, but the first donut attempt we've seen here tonight. There's a great jump. Straight up and down for Joe Cipher. Impressive in freestyle here is Airborne Ranger. He's got it going here. Took him a little while, but man, he's really stepped it up here towards the end of his routine. Again, punishes that right front. Comes across that car stack. A little bit of time left now for Joe Cipher. Try this van one more time. Lines it up on the gas, up and over. slams the nose a little bit. He's just not attacking these car stacks with any speed whatsoever. He's kind of crawling up to him and mashing the gas at the last second, which throws the nose way up in the air, but it doesn't do much to get those rear wheels off the ground. So Joe Cipher is done. Decent freestyle performance here at Ogden Stadium for the Airborne Ranger and Joe Cipher. I think we can top it though, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take another look at some of Joe's best moves here tonight. But first, Joe waves to the crowd here in Ogden, Utah. Here's his best move. The front of that truck way up high, straight up and down. The rear wheels barely leaving the ground. Good photo opportunity for the folks on hand here at Ogden Stadium. Up and over this van here. This is where he straddled it. Kind of caught the rear wheels on the near side of the van. Pretty good freestyle performance from Joe Cipher. Here's our second place finisher. Whoa, flying high is James Teague. I was about to say our second place finisher in obstacle course racing, James Teague in the Carolina Crusher. His first jump, sky high. Teague looking strong here in freestyle. Another good one here. Carolina Crusher, meaning business here in freestyle. MOD round 23, Ogden, Utah. Comes Teague. Really had a good night. Made a good showing in straight lines. Stepped it up to finish second. No shame in losing to our series champion Craig Christensen in obstacle course racing. An impressive move in freestyle coming right out of the gate. Tries a slap wheelie there. Can't really keep it going too long, but a nice jump for Teague. I think he suffered some rear end damage when he landed off that last jump. He's definitely having problems steering the Carolina Crusher. He's thrown it in reverse to see if he can get anything else out of the Carolina Crusher here tonight and please these fans here in freestyle, but it is definitely damaged. Can't really control it. The rear steer appears to have gone out on him. Heavy impact suffered over the last jump in freestyle for James Teague, and he's going to have to park that truck. He is done here tonight in freestyle. The fans applaud. James Teague finishes, but not before going out with a bang. He had some nice jumps here in freestyle action, round 23. You like to see that for James Teague. He's not a regular driver. He drives the hauler most of the time for Paul Schaefer and Monster Patrol. So he gets a chance to drive on national television in front of a packed house here in Ogden, Utah, and makes the most of it. James Teague looking good in the Carolina Crusher, that's for sure. Look at those rear wheels come way up off the ground. A great jump right there for Teague. Here he attacks the van stack, and he's going to punish the right side of that truck. Carries it into a slap wheelie, but he couldn't sustain it because he suffered rear steer damage, ending the run early for James Teague. And now here comes Brian Harwood in Monster Patrol. The lights are blazing, the truck is flying, he's way up in the air. You get a good look at the underside of Monster Patrol here in freestyle. Brian Harwood looking to do some damage here in round 23 freestyle action from Ogden, Utah. Harwood, not the driver we're used to seeing behind the wheel of that Monster Patrol truck, but I've got to say he's been impressive here on this West Coast swing. We'll call Utah West Coast exactly, but you get my point. Throws it in reverse. He's going to make it dramatic as Brian Harwood. Lining up the van stack. Waving his arms, pumping up the crowd, looking for encouragement. He's on the gas. Way up high, clears the van in the air, launches himself over that stack, looking good doing it. Crossways over the tabletop. Brian Harwood, he's got a little bit of showmanship in him. Encouraging the crowd to root him on here. Lines it up again, launches himself way up high. He's looking good. A lot of time left for Harwood. Sometimes the crowd votes for style over substance. Harwood trying to mix in some encouragement of the crowd, trying to get him going here. Whoa, look out! His front wheel is still spinning while he's in the air. I thought he was going to get more air that time, but the rear wheel's caught on one of the cars, kind of slapped the nose back down. Lights blazing on Monster Patrol. Harwood lining up the van stack. There's not much left of that van as he slams the nose down hard, does Harwood. Runs over some errant sheet metal that one of these cars have lost over the course of being crushed here tonight. Thinking about calling it a night. Let's see. Yep, he's done. He's unbuckling. Those lights are blazing. Brian Harwood completes his freestyle performance here from Ogden Stadium. Waving to the crowd. Didn't take his full 90 seconds. That may hurt him in his efforts to win freestyle here tonight, but he did the most with the time he did use, that's for sure. So we'll take another look now at some of Brian's better moves. You want to know what the underside of a monster truck looks like? There's a good view right there. Plenty of freestyle still to come on MOD. Stick around after these words. Monster truck merchandise. A tandem run now. Team KCM takes the infield. Paul Jensen in Spider-Man and our champion Craig Christensen in straight line and obstacle course racing behind the wheel of the Dragon Slayer. Bunny hops down the front stretch. This should be an exciting finish to what has been a great year. MOD 2005 coming to a close right here. Tandem run, Team KCM. There's Spider-Man flying through the air into a slap wheelie. Holds it for quite some time. There you see Spider-Man suffered a lot of damage over the course of things here in Ogden. Way up high over the van, comes down hard on the rear wheels. Right behind him is Craig Christensen. A 1-2 punch over the van stack right there. First Spider-Man, then Dragon Slayer. What's going on here? We've got some breakage. Spider-Man has really suffered some heavy damage. The suspension, especially the left rear, just dragging. That shock is just dragging along the ground. But Paul Jensen, he knows this is it for 2005. He's going to drive it till it won't drive no more. Doing donuts now at the end of the arena. Paul Jensen kicks it around a couple of times. You can only go one way. What do you do with it? You put it into a donut. That's what you do with it. Here's Craig now looking to finish things off here in 2005. Up and over the van stack. Tags the van with his rear wheels. A lot of air right there, kind of tabletop. Doing some steer in the air, moving those wheels from side to side while he's up in the air. Craig Christensen has really been impressive in Monsters of Destruction competition this year, winning both straight line and obstacle course. And if we kept stats on freestyle, I bet we'd find he won a lot of those too. Up and over the van one more time, slaps the rear hard and kicks the nose aggressively to the ground. He's lucky he didn't destroy the Dragon Slayer truck right there. He's going after Spider-Man, gives it a nudge. He's climbing up on top of the Spider-Man machine. Finally, he parks it. Just a little finishing move from Craig Christensen to tell the young man, I'm still on top. And Paul Jensen looking up at Craig Christensen. It's been a great season. What a way to end things here from Ogden Stadium. Craig Christensen displaying the Dragon Slayer on top of Spider-Man. Crawls up on the hood, takes off his gloves. Gives it the patented fist pump. Craig Christensen, another great freestyle performance. A wonderful way to end a championship season for Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer, sweeping all categories in MOD 2005. The celebration is on. Here we get a look at the tandem jump over their respective car stacks. Spider-Man really struggling on the landing, up and over the van right here. Look at the height and extension on that jump, but there you see it. Real clearly, the left rear suspension lets loose on him. Here comes Craig Christensen landing hard on the rear, slams the nose to the ground and kicks it to the left. A very aggressive move. There he is on top of the hood, celebrating a championship season for Craig Christensen, driver of the Dragon Slayer.
Craig, you came out here with a mission. Mission accomplished out here in Ogden, Utah. You came out, you put on a great show. You ended up coming out champion. All right, let's see if they still work. You saw, how come I got that? You're the one that's the champion. I got the dousing.
I know, but I seen him coming. I'm smarter than you. I ducked.
All right, well, you know, you're sitting up here. You're on top of the mountain now. You're king of the series, king here at Ogden, Utah. It's got to feel great in front of the hometown crowd.
Yeah, like I say, we came here with a mission to leave the Ogden with a taste in their mouth of real monster truck racing. I guarantee you guys can't go anywhere and see that much trucks racing in one night for the price you paid to get into this event. You can go to the Delta Center, you see maybe 3 or 4 passes and a little bit of freestyle. You see nothing because there's nowhere to run the trucks. Here there's enough room we can, run the legs off of the truck and put on a great show.
Monsters of Destruction would like to present you with 4 first-place trophies for the season. Fastest qualifier, J-Style Racing, Freestyle, and of course, straight line drags. Craig, congratulations, the series champion. What a better place to end up here than Ogden, Utah.
Oh, most definitely. And you know what? It's just not me that's won the championship. It's my entire team, from my teammate Paul to my son Mike and Andre, my wife Julie, my daughter Ashley, my grandson Caden. There's a whole bunch of people that behind the scenes. Tracy, Andrew. I hope I don't miss anybody out. Eric Keller, the motor builder. Anytime we have a problem, we lost a valve in Texas a week ago. We got home, I took it off, ran it down there. He busted his butt to get it back together for us so we could be here tonight. It's for each and every one of the guys that are behind the scenes that help us get our stuff down the road each and every day and every weekend.
All right, well, Craig, thank you so much. I'm sure this Ogden crowd thanks you, and it's been a pleasure to work with you this year. Congratulations on the series wins and all the championships.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great season on Monsters of Destruction here on the Outdoor Channel. That's the end of the 2005 campaign. There's Team KCM proudly displaying all 4 championship trophies offered by MOD this year. So as Craig has the ceremonial Gatorade dumped on him, this is Wade Sherman reminding you there are men, there are machines, and then there are Monsters of Destruction.